For the first time, imagine a world where our lights stay on, our keeps cars moving, and our cities thrive without harming the planet. Now, imagine that some world free from mountains of plastic waste, toxic landfill, and polluted oceans. Today, we are not just talking about energy. We are talking about a future when powered by renewable energy and cleaned by smarter waste management. Because solving our energy crisis and our waste problem is not just possible, it's necessary. Let's explore how we can power the world without destroying it. Okay, next, definition of solar power plants. A power generation system that utilizes sunlight as its energy source. Solar energy is converted into electrical energy using solar panels through the photovoltaic process. Solar power plants are a type of renewable energy source that is environmentally friendly because they do not produce exhaust emission and use energy that will never run out. Although environmental friendly, there are several challenges, such as dependence on sunlight intensity, the need for storage batteries, and the high initial investment costs. And next, solar power plant system components. For the first time, PV panel. PV panel is the main component that captures sunlight and converts it into direct current electricity through the photovoltaic effect. Its panels is made up of many solar cells, usually based on silicon, that work together to generate power. And the efficiency of PV panels depend on factors such as sunlight intensity, temperature, and angle of installation. And two, for the inverter. Inverter electricity from the solar panels or batteries into alternating current, which is the standard form of electricity for homes and industry. Without an inverter, solar energy cannot be used by most household applicants. Modern inverters also include monitoring system, safety function, and even smart grid connection. And next to batteries. Batteries are used to store excess electricity generated during the day for use at night or during cloudy weather. The type and capacity of the battery determine how long energy can be stored and supplied. And next, solar charge controller. Solar charge controller from the solar panels to the battery, ensuring that they are charged safely and efficiently. It prevents overcharging, which can shorten battery life and protect against deep discharge that may damage the battery. And next, cable. Cable are responsible for connecting all parts of the solar power system and transmitting electricity safely. High quality cables are necessary to minimize energy losses and reduce the risk of overheating or
आवाज
fire.
को लाइट ऑन करें।
Yes?
No,
Okay.
I think you can
Okay,
continue.
okay. Okay, and next cable, different types of cables are used for DC connection, AC connection, and grounding. And next, MCB miniature circuit breaker or MCB. MCB
कल बारिश में से नहीं आए थे फिर।
is a
आज तो
protective
लेकिन
device that automatically disconnects the circuit when it detects overload or circuit condition. This ensures the safety of the entire solar power system and prevents damage to component. And next, last, mounting system. The mounting system is the physical structure that holds the solar panels secure in place. It usually designed at a specific angle to maximize sunlight exposure throughout the day and across season. Next. Okay. 1 minute. How does a solar power plant work? Solar energy is captured by solar panels, consisting of solar cells. When sunlight hits the cell, direction occurs the produce direct current, RDC. And for the solar panels, science most household applicants use alternating current. This DC current is converted to AC using a device called an inverter. The converted electricity can be used immediately stored in batteries or feed into the power grid. Using solar power not only provide electricity, but also contributes to sustainable development and energy independence for communities. Okay, next slide. Types of solar power plants. For the first time, monocrystalline. Advantage, high efficiency, around 15 until 22%. Long lifespan, usually more than 25 years, requires less space than other types generate same amount. Disadvantage in types, more expensive, that's polycrystalline panel. Next, polycrystalline panels. Advantage, cheaper than monocrystalline panel. Disadvantage, lower efficiency around 13 until 17% compared to monocrystalline panels. And last, thin film. Advantage, lower manufacturing cost, lightweight and flexible, suitable for application that require flexible panels. Disadvantage, low efficiency, around 10 until 12%. Okay, next slide. The best solar panels should face the equator to maximize the amount of solar radiation capture. Solar panels should face the equator because the sun path is highest and most consistent in that direction. In the northern hemisphere, panels face south, while in the southern hemisphere, they face north, and this orientation allows the panel to retrieve the maximum amount of solar radiation through the year. And the side direction, that third angle of the panel, is also important. That optimal angle usually matches the latitude of the installation site. A proper tilt ensure that the panels capture sunlight more efficiently during different seasons. Okay, next slide. Okay, solar power plant types. For the first time on grid. And on-grid connected the main power grid or state electricity component. For batteries, no battery required. And homes connected to the electricity grid and the save on electricity costs. For electricity, when electricity from renewable energy resource decrease, it will be replaced the national power grid. Okay, for the off-grid, not connected to the main power grid, requires battery and without access to the power grid. In off-grid, requires a battery for energy storage. For the system hybrid, can be connected to the national power grid and batteries. Requires battery for energy storage. Home connected to the main power grid that want to have energy storage. Requires battery for energy storage. In summary, on-grid systems are the most cost-effective but really on the public grid. Off-grid systems are independent and ideal for remote areas but need large batteries, while hybrid systems provide the best balance by combining both flexibility and reliability. Okay, next slide. Calculating electricity requirements. For the first time, electrician. Example M, power watt, 15 watt, amount 5, and time 12. Watt hour in 900. And then point 2 fan. Power watt is 101, amount 1, and time 6. Watt hour in 600. And equal in calculated return in 1.5 kilowatt hour. In conclusion, calculating calculating electricity requirements is the first and most important step in designing a solar power system. It ensures that the system is neither oversight not understand, but instead matches the real energy needs of the user. With accurate calculation, we can design a reliable, efficient, and cost-effective solar solution. Okay, next slide. How to calculate solar power plants? Do you still remember the previous load profile example? The size of the solar power inverter must be higher than the peak load, which is a minimum of 5 kilowatt inverter that must be used for the system based on the example. The total solar power size can be determined by kilowatt peak plant. Kilowatt demand divide solar irradiance multiply loss of system. System losses typically vary between 15% until 25%. Okay, next slide. How to calculate battery size? For the battery size, the simplest formula that can be used is battery size equal demand multiply autonomy days. Battery size equal the 4.5 kilowatt hours in 3 days autonomy. Okay, next. Estimating land use for solar power plants. The general estimate for solar power plants is that 1 hectare is equal to 1 megawatt power of solar power. Based on the guidelines, you can calculate the estimated area used by the power plant by dividing the total size of the solar power plant by the efficiency of the panel module multiplied by 2. Area, size of solar power plants, divide efficiency of PV models, multiply 2. Why do we need to multiply by 2? Because there must a distance between the PV model arrays for maintenance and operation, which will be designed in feasibility study later. Okay. Pre-feasibility study for solar power plants. The pre-feasibility study of solar power plant in rural areas is primarily study to assess the potential and feasibility of constructing solar power plants in areas that are not yet evenly covered by electricity. The result of the study are very important as basis for decision making for the government, investors, and NGOs that want to promote renewable energy-based electrification in remote areas. Point one, location identification. Point two, solar energy potential, solar energy demand, PLT system, technical and operational analysis, and economic analysis, social institutional aspect, then environmental impact analysis. In conclusion, a pre-feasibility study of solar power plants provides a clear picture of energy demand, local resource, and technical challenge in rural areas. The study helps ensure that investments are well targeted, sustainable, and aligned with community needs. Ultimately, it supports rural development, reduces dependence on fossil fuel, and strengthens energy security in remote regions. Okay, next. Hammer Pro simulation. Okay, next. Point one, introduction Hammer Pro. Point two, what data should be collected. Three, simulation result, and four, case study. Introduction Hammer Pro. Okay, Hammer is hybrid optimization of multiple energy resource, is simulation and optimization software used to design efficient and cost-effective for the renewable energy system, developed by NREL, National Renewable Energy Laboratory. And point three, it has the advantage of analyzing system optimally in determining cost efficiency and technical operation. In conclusion, Hammer Energy is a powerful tool that simplifies the design of renewable energy system by simulation real condition, optimizing component size, and testing system performance under the different scenarios. Step 4 using Hammer Pro. Determine the case and technology option. Point 2, set project details such as economic setting to rupiah currency. Create an activity load profile for the location. For historical data, you can use the default load profile and enter the electricity demand. Next, select the technology module and technology cost. And next, run the simulation and finish the result. Simulation indicators. Using Hammer Pro involves a structured process from defining the project code profile to selecting technology, running simulation, and analyzing result. The step ensure the design energy technology feasibility, economic viable, and suitable to local condition. Okay, next, technology option for power plants. For the first time, load profiles are used to determine power variation values over time. They are also used to determine peak hours. Okay. And two, load profile typically vary from day to day, and typical load profiles differ from place to place based on residents' habits. A typical case in Indonesia, rural regions is a high load profile at night and low activity during the day. Selecting the project location, you have in Google Maps or anything. And next, adding an electricity load profile. In design, select the load profile based on available data. For this example, we are using the default residential load without season variation provided by Hammer. Okay, this is calculating electricity load result. Okay, next, custom component addition based on manufacturer data. In the library, you can add custom component if you have a datasheet for each component. What data should be called? Like that. Okay. I want to try Hammer Pro. Okay. Okay. Uh, for the example, I have a study case in hmm, Lingada village in Maluku. Okay. For the first time, electric load. Electric load in Lingada Maluku equal in 105.5 kilowatt hour. Okay. In 24 days. And next in PV module. Capacity in PV module no 0.55 kilowatt peak and capital cost of 5,559 million. And then you can choose the inverter. Inverter capacity in 22 kilowatt and capital cost in 40 million. And then you can choose power save or battery. I choose two quantity in battery, 63 and capital cost 30 million. And then you have to calculate for the result Hammer Pro. Okay, you can choose and you can look PV capacity in to 8.7 kilowatt, power save 36 capacity, and from inverter 24 kilowatt. Simulation details, cash flow, compare economic, electrical. You can look monthly electricity production, generate flat PV in year, renewable penetration, and generically further. Okay, I will go back my presentation. Uh, do you have any question for next slide?
I think not yet. So you can continue.
Okay. Purpose of power plants. It is important to know it advance the type of load that will be supplied by the PV. Without this data, it will be very difficult to determine the size of the solar power plants and batteries. And next, how to obtain electricity load profile. A survey is needed or at least contact must be met with the village head and local government. Surveys in remote areas are quite complicated because is no existing burden on the population. A guide provided by agency study by ISDM and USID for the purpose. For the example is load profile from PLN. Next, selecting components. There are the three important components for solar power plants. For the first time, PV modules, point to inverters, and three battery. For feasibility studies, determining this module is very important. In this course, there will be sample datasheets that can be added to Hammer later. And next example of PV module datasheet for capacity in 550 watt peak. And next example of an inverter datasheet. And next, determining the price value of solar power plants project. There are many ways to obtain the cost. The easiest being to contact the vendor or distributor to request a price quote. Okay, example for waste to energy. For the first time, I want to share video.
Paper, plastic, metal, glass. Even if you've been really good about separating out your recyclables, there's always something left over. What happens to that? It doesn't have to go to a landfill. Waste to energy plants are turning trash into power. Non-hazardous residential and commercial waste is delivered to a facility where it is combusted in a specialized chamber, creating steam that drives a turbine that makes electricity to power homes and businesses. State-of-the-art emissions control systems cool, collect, and clean combustion gases. All this is continuously monitored to comply with state and federal standards. At the end of the process, metals like steel and aluminum are recovered for recycling, and remaining residual materials are beneficially reused or disposed of in a landfill. Recycling is important, but generating energy from waste is important too. Out goes the trash, and back comes clean electricity for your home.
Okay, everyone, for the first time is example waste to energy system. And I have to video about Edmonton waste to biofuel and chemical facility.
I've lived in Edmonton all my life. It's a vibrant, innovative city full of people who know how to get things done. We're always questioning, creating, and putting new ideas into action, which takes a lot of energy. So now, we're working on a new fuel source to help keep us all going. And would you believe it involves using our garbage? Edmontonians care about the environment. We reduce, reuse, and recycle. Up to 60% of our household waste is currently kept out of landfills. But that doesn't stop us from wanting to do even better. Instead of burying waste in landfills, Edmonton works to recover the value. Our goal is to reclaim at least 90% of our waste, and I'm excited to be a part of that. For years, we've been recycling and composting as much as we can, and sending the rest of our waste to landfill. But now, the waste that was going to landfill is sent to Enerchem's waste to biofuels facility. Want to see how our trash goes from the curb to fuel? Come on, I'll show you. It all takes place at the Edmonton Waste Management Center. We bring the garbage to the Integrated Processing and Transfer Facility. This is where we sort the waste. Through manual and mechanical sorting, we pick out things that don't belong, like tires or small appliances, which should go to an eco-station. The organic portion of the garbage we collect gets sorted out and transferred to a composting facility. The rest of the waste, carbon-rich materials like plastics, wood, and fabrics, is prepared for the biofuels facility. After removing the metals and inert elements like stones, it gets shredded into pieces about the size of your thumb. This fluff is the feedstock for the biofuels facility. Would you believe it takes less than 5 minutes for a piece of trash to be processed into fluff? The fluff is then transferred to the biofuels facility. This is the world's first urban waste to biofuel project. Enerchem's proprietary technology has been developed over many years of research and validation. The fluff, that shredded waste, is first heated in a low-oxygen atmosphere. In Enerchem's green chemistry process, waste doesn't burn, but the chemical bonds holding the material together break, releasing the carbon and hydrogen in them to create a synthetic gas called syngas.
Output is syngas.
This syngas isn't the final product. It still needs to be cleaned.
I think you have to unmute your speaker because it suddenly mute. Yeah, okay.
We're moving towards a cleaner, greener Edmonton. And that's something we can all be proud of.
Okay, everyone. This is example waste to energy and how to create waste to other product. And next, I will to case study practice exercise. We'll by team in this meeting. Okay, let's go to move in breakout room.
Yeah, so guys, I will separate you into some groups to discuss about this case study. So basically, well, the exercise is asking you to calculate whether the waste in a village can cover their daily electricity needs using two possible technologies, either with biogas or boiler. So then you can also like encourage to combine it with other renewable resources if it's not enough. So like you can calculate, okay, you can discuss with your fellow. So after this, I will help you guys to into some of breakout rooms. So if you notice the notifications, just join. Okay. Let's start. Yes.
Mhm.
Some of you guys has been already assigned.
How do you practice? The problem of was in village, the village forest.
So you guys can start to um, breakout room. So everyone can join now because I have already assigned you guys to each of the group. So you can discuss with your fellows. Yes, we still have like four participants here. You can join your group. So Shar, Mahnur, Yalka, and Safni Wati, you can join the group that I already assigned. Okay, thank you. For Safni Wati, do you have any trouble? Or Yalka?
Mhm. So Ichi, what takes time for the discuss about study case?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Okay.
Yes. Maybe you can
Join
go
in
to
breakout room.
yes, go to each rooms to discuss with them.
Okay.
Hello, Sylvia. Do you have any trouble to joining the breakout room?
Hi, Hi, can I please be assigned to another breakout room because the other participants were not talking?
Oh, they're not talking. So you want to move?
Yeah, yeah, to a more active breakout room, please.
Oh, okay, I see. Wait. Um, okay. Hello, room five. Do you want to move to another breakout room? Because you guys just two. So basically, the other people don't want to join to this room because this is quite Sumaya and Sophia.
Yes.
Okay, so I will move both of you to another room, okay?
Okay.
Yes, okay. Wait.
Okay. Okay, I want to look your complete study case.
Oh, I'm sorry. What is the case again? Because I just wanted to relate to my group the exact problem. Okay, there we go. Thank you so much. We lost this link. Hold on.
Okay,
Thank you so
okay.
much. I'll go back to my room.
Okay.
Hello? Hello? No one is responding in my room.
Yeah, Megan.
Yeah, hi, I'm Nagin. I was in a breakout room and nobody was responding there, so I just left it because I don't know what's happening.
Uh,
Also,
what
I
was
need
your what was your room?
I don't know, I think
Do
4
you
or
want
5.
to move to another room?
Yeah, sure, please, because I don't have that problem as well, so in this way I can only, work on it, so.
Okay, so yeah, I will
Okay,
move
thank
you
you.
to another room. Yes.
Thank you.
And PJ, I know to join the breakout room. But
Kenapa, Hisen?
gak bisa join ke breakout room, Kak?
Oh, yeah, okay. I will assign you.
Oke.
For Oriza, do you have any problem?
Ah, ini aku baru bisa join, Kak. Jadi belum di-invite.
Oh, I see. Okay. Aku bantu ya untuk invite ke room 3.
Oke, makasih, Kak.
Sama-sama. Halo, Wati. Halo Hisen,
Halo, halo Kak.
udah di grup satu.
Baru grup satu aku.
Oke, ke grup 2 berarti sekarang ya.
Boleh, boleh deh.
Halo Sen, udah ya? Ketiga
Ada
berarti.
ada berapa sih Kak?
Ada 4.
Ada empat, oke. Besar, Bu.
Okay, this is the last one ya, Chen.
Oke, Kak. Grouper.
Hello, Negan. Do you have finished your discussion?
Yes, I tried to do something. There is no one responding in my group, so I just came here with an abrupt solution. I don't know whether it will work or not.
Oh, okay. So the others still staying at the breakout room.
I think we should wait for others so that we can have a successful discussion.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, girls. If you are done, we will wait for maybe 10 minutes, 5 until 10 minutes again for the others to be finished. And we have we will have pick like one or two group to briefly explain what the result of the discussions. Thank you. Okay, I think everyone is already here. So we will gonna have any volunteer here who want to give brief explanations about the result of the discussions. Anyone, any group wants to be a volunteer? Like what? Yeah, what have you discuss. Okay, we have Angelina here. Hello, Angel.
Hello.
Yes. Okay.
So
Yeah.
in my team, Breakroom 3, we have Rosdiana, Oriza, and Mahnor also. And as a conclusion, we have this. So for boiler, they need 1 kWh for how to read this? Yeah. 1 kWh for 5 kilogram waste. So to produce 100 kWh, we need 500 kilograms. And for the biogas, 1 kWh can need 12 kilogram. Oh yeah, kilowatt hour, sorry. So 1 kilowatt hour, we need 12 of waste. And for produce 14 kilowatt hour, we need 168 kilograms. So the remaining is 332. As Sir Hussein said that one panel can produce 550. So we only need one panel. And for the final, we need 500 kilograms on boiler, 168 on biogas, and one panel and one solar panel. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Angel, and the fellow in group 3, right? Yes. Thank you so much for the brief explanations about the how to calculate the case. So anyone wants to be another volunteer for the discussions?
Hello.
Hello, Sylvia. Yes.
So I was in group 2. So we made in addition to everyone household electricity consumption, like the total village was 100 kilowatt per day, school 5, village was 4, and I think the health center was 5. That what makes the total demand of like 114 kilowatt per day. So the waste, like if the village produced 1 ton of waste that equals to 1,000 kilograms per day, you have to divide it by like for example, the waste needed for biogas will be 12. If you divide 1,000 by 12, it will give you 83.3 kilowatt per day. And if you divide the 1,000 by the 5 kilowatt waste for the biogas technology, it would be around 200 kilowatt per day. So which makes the biogas not sufficient, and the boiler like I'm not saying enough, but it could be enough. But I would say me and my team will let use both technology.
Okay. Thank you, Sylvia and the team. Yes. Anyone wants to be a volunteer again? No?
Can I?
Yes, Megan.
Okay,
Please.
I just checked that the potential for one solar panel is like 1 to 2 kilowatt per hour. Am I right? It is between that. So estimating the village is suffering from a waste generation problem. They are generating 1 ton of waste each day. So if we convert that into like kgs, it would be 1,000 kilograms. So they need to get rid of the waste and produce energy. So and we have the potential, like if we want 1 kilowatt of electricity, which is same as solar panels, so they need to burn 5 kgs of waste in boiler. And if they want biogas, they need to burn 12 kgs of waste. So if we substitute that and we divide that energy, the waste by the kilo, uh, the total weight by that kg. So I think we can calculate that. It would give us a rough estimate. So I took a sum of the total demand, which is almost one. It is 105 and 5. It's almost 114. So if we would be dividing that, we need to have like more than 114, right? So if we divide the the potential for let's say biogas is so it's going to be a little less than I think from the total demand, if I'm not wrong. And if we take the boiler, because it's 5 kgs, so it will be higher than the total demand. So what we can do is either we can use the boiler to meet the demands, but obviously we need to think of the greener solutions, because this village needs to get rid of the waste and use renewable energy, because if they are only going to burn things, these are going to add to their local problems, such as their uh, toxicological issues and the air pollution issues. So they need to meet the demands. They can use the boiler practically, but feasibly they need to use some biogas technology and solar panel or wind energy or any other form to meet their demand. So it depends upon their resources, I think, and the energies, etc. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but this is what I think.
Okay, thank you, Megan, and your team. So we are gonna. I have maybe another answer, like which one is right or which one is not from Hisen. Do you have any any statement or ideas from our fellows? Hisen.
Okay. Uh, for Nagin, I think you have a conclusion and project for the renewable energy. You have a good and amazing project. And I think you are combine for the wind energy, solar cell, and waste problem to energy production. And I think in our country and my country, we are collaborate and mixing technology for the conclusion and solution about waste problem. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Hussein. So we are now moving to the last sessions, which is Q&A sessions. So feel free if you have still have any questions regarding to today's topic. Maybe like for instance, our fellow from Pakistan, you would like to share some things like how is the uh like solar PV design in or solar PV project that happened in Pakistan or in another country as well. So I think we are open for the discussions. So anyone wants to drop a questions by now, feel free to raise the hand or just type down the to the column sections. So anyone, while waiting for the questions from our participants, maybe I would like to ask for to Hussein, like, I'm curious about like is it possible if we also because you already mentioned like Homer, right? Homer Pro apps. So I'm curious, is it possible or can we calculate our carbon like for every day for daily needs for daily spend in Homer, like for instance um today I'm taking my private car to go to the office. Is it possible if I'm using Homer to calculate my carbon? I think that's my questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Rachel. Uh, okay. I will go back to Hammer Pro. Okay. In Hammer Pro, you have to calculate resources. For the first time, generator. Generator, uh, we can go fuel and coal, and you can go to just waste. And this car, for the pollution, you have to choose mm, input in generator or hydrogen, hydrokinetic, and anything. Nih, okay, that's emission for the car or anything, motorcycle. You have to input in Hammer Pro to analyzing and result. You have calculate to emission for your days and your uh 1 month, 1 year, and anything else. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's enough, I think. Yes. So we have like two participants who raised their hands here. Angelina, please, you have the floor.
Am I audible right now?
Yes.
So I have a project with my organization to donate a generator to school in a village which has got no electricity, but I request them to donate solar panel instead of generator. But the problem is we have no human resource, which is not like no one's know how to deal with the solar panel. So what's your advice as an engineer to start like where we can learn about the solar panel to implement it in the school like that?
Okay. So the question is how to implement the plan into actions, especially in
Yes.
renewable energy. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. This problem in your school, yeah. Okay. You will have to human resource about your school. I think number one, you can go to fellowship, training, or anything to local student for the project. And then you will go to intern or training to calculate or installation about solar power plant project. This problem is not human resource. And point three, I think, do you want to have a module or step text for a document about installation for solar power plants? In document, you will input the step-by-step installation about solar power plant project. How to PV module installation, inverter calculation, battery size, and point the cable and anything else about components. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, so
Yes.
do you think solar panel will cheaper than generator?
Okay. I think generator or solar panel. Mm, for the first time, you are calculating of the load electricity. Your school for the days you have to output kilowatt hour. What is this? And you have to calculate. Okay, in the school, I want to installation solar power plant, and I think with the capacity, I want to installation a boiler. For the cheaper or expensive, solar power plants is feasible. Mm, and I think solar power plants components you have in another store, and you keep to spend time, and you have to choose solar power plant. Okay.
Okay, is that clear for Angelina? So I think if I can conclude, maybe the first one is you have to like it's better if you have like local heroes, let's say, or someone who is being expertise for that kind of um how to implement the program. And then the second one, you as like as a person who want to be implementer, have to have like some guidelines like white books if you ever heard. So like any technical problem, any solutions or any issues that will be appear in the field could manage by the person who will be implement in the field. So I think you have to be the most important thing that you have that kind of two things.
So for the like how the way we calculate it, I think it's like the last things left, but it will take a long time to like implementing the how do we say rakit those panel.
Oh yes. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. Hisan, do you want to answer?
Okay. For the example, in capacity 1 kilowatt peak, you have 3 days to installation in your school. For the capacity in 100, you have to 1 month until 2 months in finish to your project. Capacity in 100 kilowatt hour.
Thank you for the
Okay.
answer.
Okay, thank you, Angel. Next we have Megan here.
Yes, thank you. Okay, my question is related to the Homer Energy Pro software that Hashan has shared with us. So I wanted to know that if there is any, obviously it's a pro version, so not every one of us will have access to it. So is there any substitute to, for the people who want to convert their homes or their their micro buildings, or what we can say, their small schools or any organization to, greener and a renewable energy. Even in the, if they want to stay on grid, is there any feasible free software that can help us achieve that task? This is my question.
Okay, thank you, Megan. Good questions. Yeah, Hisan.
Okay.
Oh, do you want to repeat the questions?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
conclusion, your
okay, the conclusion. Yeah, Megan.
Okay. Yes, I was asking that, you have shared the Homer Pro. I don't think everyone can have access to that thing. So can you suggest us any other software that we as individuals can use for calculating our, our energy demands, and, by designing our microgrids?
Yeah, okay. Because Homer is not free, right? Actually, it's not free. Like, you have to
Yes,
pay.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And individuals, at the start they cannot afford it, or cannot have access to it. And if you want an estimate, so how can we do that as an individual, or something that you can recommend, that this is the this is the basic step, that from this we can start our journey? This is what I wanted to ask.
Yes. Thank you, Megan. Yeah.
Okay. I want to answer your question. In solar power plants, you have to three software to calculation. Uh, for the example, Hammer Pro, and point two helioscope, and then three PVCs. And three software, you have to calculate solar power plant project. Uh, for the
So
Hammer
is
Pro,
yeah. So is
okay.
that free for three like maybe you can like typing the other two so Negan and other participants could understands like what is the other two, like typing the other two.
Mm, no, you want to payment for the three software.
Okay, so yeah.
Oh, that's bad. So is there any way that we can do that manually, or any shortcut for us to access such, have a rough estimate for that?
Oh, okay, so maybe Hisen, you can explain like how can we get like the illegal the illegal version the illegal version of that software, if any, and we
Okay,
can use it and we can access it.
okay. And the software is illegal. And I want to share about my software to your, okay?
So is that your questions being answered, Megan? Or is there any other questions?
No, I just want to know about it, but unfortunately, all of them are paid ones. So,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Thank you so much for answering, and thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Megan. Yes. Girls, if you have no any other questions for Hussein, maybe we can like sum up our sessions today. So thank you so much. For today's session. We still have another a couple of sessions for the upcoming weeks. So prepare for it, and yeah, I hope that you guys can enjoy and gain a lot of new expertise or new skill if you not being familiar with today's sessions, because I think today's is really technical things that you really have deeper understandings beyond of today session. So yeah, once again, thank you so much for every participants that really active. Now, see you in the next class, and goodbye.